In my village, there was a season when the earth itself turned its face away from us. Even today, when elders sit beneath the old Udola tree and remember that year, someone always says the same thing. When a village laughs at what it does not understand, trouble is already sitting at its door. And that is exactly how our trouble began. It was an Igbo market day. The market was alive with noise and color. Women arranged vegetables and palm oil in neat rows. Traders called out prices. Palm wine flowed beneath the shade of a large mango tree where men gathered to drink and argue about everything under the sun. Children ran between the stalls chasing each other across the red earth. It was an ordinary day until someone shouted. At first the people thought it was just another animal wandering into the market. But then they saw it. A goat, walking calmly through the middle of the market. And on its head was a sacred masquerade mask. For a moment the market went silent. Then laughter exploded everywhere. The market women laughed so hard that some of them nearly fell from their stools. Look at this foolish goat. Who dressed this animal like a masquerade? Even the men at the palm wine spot began making jokes. One of them raised his cup and shouted,
"Perhaps the spirits have come to buy pepper in the market."
The whole place roared with laughter. The children were the first to react. They began chasing the goat through the market. The goat suddenly ran. Children scattered after it, shouting and laughing, knocking over baskets and startling chickens as they ran. But goats are quick creatures. Before long the animal outran them and disappeared down a dusty village path. The market slowly returned to its noise and trade. But not everyone was laughing. Near the palm wine drinker stood a man known throughout the village as Okori the drunk. Okori staggered to the center of the road and pointed in the direction the goat had gone.
Something bad is coming. You must listen. Something terrible is coming.
Look at him, still drinking.
Wait, we don't need your warning.
No, you don't understand. The darkness is here.
There is something in this village that does not belong, he said. The earth herself is looking for it. Nobody listened. After all, wisdom rarely wears the face people expect. And in our land we say, the ear that refuses to hear the first drumbeat will dance when the storm arrives. The next morning something strange happened again. People gathering at the village square saw the same goat. The mask was still on its head. This time the laughter was quieter. Some people chased it again, but the goat ran and disappeared once more. 2 days later the women fetching water at the river screamed. The goat had appeared again, standing quietly by the riverbank, still wearing the sacred mask. Now the laughter was gone. Whispers began moving through the village like wind through dry leaves. Not long after that, Okori the drunk met the village priest on the road. The priest was walking quickly toward the palace of the Egwe. Okori stopped him. "Priest," he said, swaying slightly as he spoke, "Have you seen the goat wearing the mask of Ala?" The priest frowned impatiently. "I have heard rumors," he said, "but I am on my way to attend to important matters." Okori leaned closer.
That goat is not a joke. The earth goddess is searching for something in this village. Huh? I do not take guidance from palm wine.
And he continued on his journey. Not long after that day, the goat disappeared. No one saw it again. Time passed. Planting season came and went. The strange goat slowly became a story people laughed about in the palm wine bar. Life moved on. But when harvest season arrived, something was wrong. Very wrong. The yam barns were empty. Cassava fields looked weak and sickly. Crops that should have been strong and plentiful barely grew. Fear crept into the hearts of the villagers. Soon the entire community gathered in the compound of the Egwe. Men, women, elders, and children stood together waiting for answers.
We must know what will become of us, Igwe. The harvest is failing.
Silence. I hear your worries. Steps are being taken.
The priest of Ala arrived carrying the staff of the shrine. The entire compound fell silent. The priest spoke slowly. "I have consulted the shrine of the earth goddess," he said. "The goddess Ala is angry with this village." Murmur spread through the crowd. Then the priest raised his voice. "Do you remember the goat that walked through this village wearing the sacred mask?" Everyone nodded. "That was no ordinary animal," the priest said. "The earth goddess sent it to search for an abomination hidden among us." The compound became very quiet. Then the priest continued. "In our land we say, a crime done in secret still speaks to the earth beneath your feet. The land has been polluted." Gasps rose from the crowd. "2 people in this village committed adultery on farmland during planting season." Shock spread like fire. The priest's voice grew heavier.
The earth goddess Allah is angry with this village. We must appease her or face her wrath. What must we do, Great One?
The land has been polluted. An abomination was committed on the farmland during planting season. If the guilty do not confess now, the earth will claim their lives.
And the earth goddess has already begun her judgment. He pointed toward 2 villagers standing among the crowd. "They have been sick for many months." Everyone turned. The 2 people stood weak and trembling. Their spouses were beside them. Those spouses had already visited the priest many times, asking why their partners were wasting away with strange sickness. The priest spoke again. "If they do not confess before this gathering, they will die." The entire compound held its breath. At last the 2 villagers fell to their knees. And the truth came out. The crowd stood in stunned silence. The priest raised his staff. "This is Nso Ala, an abomination against the earth. The land itself has been wounded." He looked across the crowd. To heal the land, the entire village must cleanse itself before the goddess. That night the people gathered at the shrine of Ala. sacrifices were made, prayers were spoken, and the village begged the earth for forgiveness. It took time, but slowly the land began to heal again. And the people never forgot the lesson of that season. Because in our land we say, the earth never forgets the footsteps of those who offend her. And that is why, whenever strange things happen in the village, we no longer laugh first. We listen. Because sometimes a warning walks quietly through the market, wearing the face of a goat,